Mike.
Okay. So as you all know that artificial intelligence, which is used in various domains, where as you all know, judiciary is one of the very important domains. For example, like lots of criminal cases, or whichever it is, even today in today's morning session, as rightly said by our Honorable Pro Chancellor Sir, and by our by our Chaharji, Minister Chaharji, where in Agra, the cyber frauds have been reduced a lot, and also other than that, in all the legal cases where now we have started using artificial intelligence, and with the help of this artificial intelligence, where it is very easy for us the data maintenance, data collection, and where the software that is being developed by the companies, which can take the automatic decisions on its own, and also, for example, like most of the cases which are being pending, and if you have an automated software which can say like which can give a pop-up like how many cases are pending, and each every time where it can say its own decision, which will be helpful for us in the case of judiciary. And for this discussion purpose, today we have experts with us, and our team members, Nidhi ma'am, will introduce them to you all. Yes.
Good afternoon, everybody. I welcome you to this enlightening session with the judiciary and figures of judiciary. And artificial intelligence is indeed a particular subject which is very interdisciplinary, and no wonder it comes in judiciary also. So the first case that we have along with us is Ms. Lakshmi Lavanya. She is a well-known lawyer. She is a member of the Rashtriya Bal Kosh, and she is also not only a lawyer, she is also a women rights activist. She is also an ex-member of the parliament, and she has been working in the women rights and child activist for a long time. Our another esteemed guest is Brajen Rawat sir. Brajen Rawat sir is currently the president of the Bar Association of Agra. He is working in the collectorate of Agra as a head, as a president. Sir holds an impressive record in the judicial realm, and he has been working into the criminal cases for a long time. Our third guest is Honorable S.K. Gupta sir. He is also one of the most prominent lawyers of our city. He's not only working in the criminal lawyer, but he's also a social worker. And along with us, everybody is our Honorable Dean, our Sir Swaminathan sir. Sir is also our Dean of ESSET, that is Anand School of Engineering and Technology. Also, we have with us the head of the department and very learned professor of Electronics, Communication and Engineering, respected Dr. Rahul Agrawal sir. So we now start this session on Indian judiciary. I would like to make it a very diasporic communication in both Hindi and English, because I want to reach out to the masses. So I will be communicating in a very diasporic kind of way. I would like to invite my panelists for giving a brief introduction on the dais, one by one, and after that we start with the question and answers, starting from my side. First, I'll start with Lakshmi Didi. Miss Lakshmi Lavanya, please come on stage and please introduce yourself.
सभी को मेरा नमस्कार। आदरणीय सम्मानित मंच, आप सभी को हार्दिक हेलो आदरणीय सम्मानित मंच, आप सभी को हार्दिक स्वागत, आपका हार्दिक अभिनंदन है। आज मैं आपके सामने इस महत्वपूर्ण विषय पर अपने विचार प्रस्तुत कर रही हूँ। भारतीय न्यायपालिका में बुद्धिमत्ता, कृत्रिम बुद्धिमत्ता यानी आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंसी आज की दुनिया भर में हर क्षेत्र में क्रांति ला रही है। भारतीय न्यायपालिका भी इससे अछूती नहीं हुई है। एआई का प्रयोग न्यायिक प्रक्रियाओं में तेज, पारदर्शी और प्रभावी बनाने में हो रहा है। एआई आधारित जैसे कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जजों को मामले से जुड़े में महत्वपूर्ण दस्तावेज और तथ्यों का विश्लेषण करने में सहायता करते हैं। इससे न्याय वितरण की प्रक्रिया तेजी आती है, जिसमें निर्णय अधिक तथ्यात्मक और निष्पक्ष बनते हैं। हालांकि यह भी आवश्यक है कि एआई केवल सहायक की भूमिका निभाए। निर्णय का अधिकार केवल न्यायाधीशों पर, हमें तकनीक का प्रयोग करना है, ना कि उस पर निर्भर रहना है। अतः अंत में मैं यही कहना चाहूंगी, एआई भारतीय न्यायपालिका में एक सकारात्मक बदलाव का संकेत है, बशर्ते इसका प्रयोग सोच समझ कर संवेदनशीलता के साथ किया जाए। धन्यवाद। जय भारत, जय हिंद।
I would like to invite next on stage our Honorable President of Bar Collectorate, Shri Vijay Rawat sir, to say a few words, please.
हेलो, सर्वप्रथम मैं पार्कर यूनिवर्सिटी के चांसलर, पोस्ट चांसलर इन सभी को तथा हेड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट हमारे बीच में है, मैडम ने भी सेक्शन आगे हमारे जो भी बैठे हुए हैं, मैं सभी को धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करता हूँ। तो आप इतना अच्छा कार्यक्रम कर रहे हो, इतना अच्छा कार्यक्रम। मेरा बेटा खुद अमेठी यूनिवर्सिटी से LLB LLM और सुप्रीम कोर्ट में वकालत करता है। कई बार जाने का अमेठी यूनिवर्सिटी में मेरे को मौका मिला, लेकिन इतना अच्छा मैंने भी तो मैं थोड़ा ही देख रहा हूँ, मैंने देखा बहुत अच्छी सेमिनार उनके द्वारा प्रायोजित की जा रही है। उनके लिए मैं पूरी यूनिवर्सिटी और उनके जितने भी प्रोफेसर, हेड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट, डीन्स है, जो भी है, मैं उनको धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करता हूँ। वो भी इसलिए तो हमारे बच्चों का इससे बहुत भला होने वाला। मैंने सन 76 से LLB BSc LLB बायो ग्रुप से किया है और डॉक्टर बनने जा रहा था। मेरे साथ से सभी डॉक्टर थे, MBS MD, लेकिन मैंने लॉ प्रोफेसर को यही सुना कि मेरे घर में जाकर वकील थे और कई जनरेशन से वकालत हो गई। अब प्रश्न आता है कि हमारे बच्चे LLB कर रहे हैं, लेकिन उनको न्यायपालिका का बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर जो है वो नहीं मालूम। वो इसलिए नहीं मालूम है कि मैंने अमेठी यूनिवर्सिटी में देखा कि हर साल जो लॉ के बच्चे हैं वो प्रैक्टिसिंग एडवोकेट के यहाँ 1 महीने का या 2 महीने का इंटर्नशिप करेंगे। निश्चित ही यहाँ होती होगी, लेकिन मेरे पास कोई इंटर्नशिप करने वाले कॉलेज का नहीं आ रहा है। तो इंटर्नशिप करने से आपको सुप्रीम कोर्ट, हाई कोर्ट, डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट, तहसील कोर्ट, रेवेन्यू कोर्ट, इनकम टैक्स सेल टैक्स, RTO तथा विभिन्न कंपनियों में जाने वाले जो LLB डिग्री होल्डर बच्चे निकलेंगे उनको प्रैक्टिकल ज्ञान बहुत अच्छा हो जाता है। लॉ की थ्योरी और लॉ का प्रैक्टिकल और आर्टिफिशियल टेक्नोलॉजी तीनों जमीन आसमान पर है। हमारे हिंदुस्तान में अभी तक 80% जनता इस बात को नहीं जानती है। हमारे स्टूडेंट्स के गार्जियन इस बात को नहीं जानते हैं। गार्जियन और गुरु शिक्षक इनका बड़ा फर्क पड़ता है। अभी कल एक नोटिस मेरे पे आया सदर बाजार के दुकानदार का, मेरे बेटे का, तो वो 2 दिन से चक्कर काट रहा था, बोली जल्दी जल्दी लिख दो, तो उसने उसमें डाला और डाल के नोटिस पर रुपया आ गया। मुश्किल से 2-4 ऐसे सब्जेक्ट थे जो मैंने उसमें चेंज किए, बाकी बिल्कुल सही बन गया। तो ये अधिवक्ताओं के लिए भी इजी है, जजों के लिए भी इजी है और हर जगह इजी है। और जो हमारे देश में इसको लोग समझ लेंगे, लिटिगेंट के लिए भी बहुत ही इजी है और इसको सीखना बड़ा जरूरी है। आप कोई भी इशू डालोगे, पहले शुरू में एक गवर्नमेंट की स्कीम आई थी, आगरा कलेक्ट्रेट बार एसोसिएशन, तो डिस्ट्रिक्ट बार एसोसिएशन हमारी सभी तहसील हमारे अंदर में आती है, दीवानी, इनकम टैक्स, सेंट्रल RTO। तो उसमें स्कीम आई स्टेट की, तो हमको एक कंप्यूटर एक प्लान पूरा का पूरा किया, पूरा रूलिंग्स निकालने के लिए। कोर्ट पूरा रूलिंग्स पे चलता है। जो हमारे सुप्रीम कोर्ट में बड़े बड़े जस्टिस बैठे हुए हैं, हाई कोर्ट में बड़े बड़े जस्टिस बैठे हुए हैं और सेशन और डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट में जितने जज बैठे हुए हैं, जितने भी जुडिशरी का स्टाफ बैठा हुआ है, रेवेन्यू कोर्ट बैठे हुए हैं, इनकम टैक्स टैक्स कोर्ट बैठे हुए हैं, वो सभी रूलिंग्स पे काम करते हैं। जब जैसे ही आप AI लाइन पर जाओगे इंटरनेट पर और अपनी प्रॉब्लम डाल दोगे, तो 2 मिनट में आप पर सैकड़ों रूलिंग उसी आपके पक्ष की आ जाएगी। ऑपोजिशन में डालोगे तो अपोजिशन की आ जाएगी। आप कोई ड्राफ्ट लोगे तो ड्राफ्ट आ जाएगा, जजमेंट लोगे तो जजमेंट आ जाएगा। मैं एक नई बात मुझे याद आ गई, मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ कि जितना हम पढ़ते थे, हम तो गांव के थे, गांव में गरवानी गांव में प्रधान था, मैं सरपंच था। जब IK गुप्ता जी के फादर वहाँ ब्लॉक में डेवलपमेंट ऑफिसर थे, तब उन दिनों में प्रधान और चेयरमैन हुआ करता था उधर कोऑपरेटिव में। भगवान ने मेरे को एक साइड सोसाइटी एक्ट का मुकदमा भी लड़ने का दिया है यूनिवर्सिटी साइड में। और आनंद प्रकाश शर्मा जी जो है हमारे गुरु थे, लॉ के प्रोफेसर थे, उनका लड़का भी लॉ का प्रोफेसर है, सुनील शर्मा शमशाबाद में प्रिंसिपल है। तो मेन बात ये है कि ये जो है AI हमको बहुत ईजी बना देंगे। पहले मेरे को एक अपील आ गई, सबसे पहले मैं वकील बना, प्रधान था, प्रधान छोड़ के मैं वकालत क्रिमिनल को करने लगा। पहले क्रिमिनल में करता था मैं शुरू में, जैसे गांव के लोगों ने प्रधान बना दिया, क्रिमिनल छोड़ के काम चला गया, पंचायत एक्ट भी करने लगा। स्टेट के बहुत सारे एक्ट होते हैं, हर स्टेट के, मध्य प्रदेश के, बिहार के, पंजाब के, राजस्थान के अपने लोकल एक्ट होते हैं, 10-20। लेकिन सभी एक्टों का, सभी जितने अधिनियम है, उन सबका जड़ है भारत का कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। आउट ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन स्टेट को भी लॉ नहीं बना सकते। और जब उसका सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का लॉ, सेंट्रल का लॉ है, तो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को लॉ डिपार्टमेंट में सेंट्रल में जाना पड़ेगा और राष्ट्रपति की मोहर लगवानी पड़ेगी उसमें, तब लागू हुआ। यह वो सब्जेक्ट सेंट्रल का, जब वो स्टेट का है तो उसमें भी कुछ कार्रवाई करनी पड़ती है, कहीं आपस में कंट्राडिक्शन नहीं हो सेंट्रल के लॉ का। हमारे जो बच्चे निकल रहे हैं, बहुत सारे कह रहे होंगे हम लॉ फर्म में जाएंगे, बहुत सारे सोच रहे होंगे कि हम सेना में लॉ डिपार्टमेंट है उसमें जाएंगे, कुछ कह रहे होंगे हम तो वकालत करेंगे, कुछ सोच के बैठ रहे हो हम तो जुडिशियल सर्विस में जाएंगे। मेरा बेटा खुद राहुल कोचिंग में पढ़ाता था, उसने मध्य प्रदेश में जाने से मना कर दिया पीसीएस में, बोला मैं एडजस्ट आऊंगा, नहीं जाना चाहता। लेकिन सबके पीछे आपको एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है कि जैसे ही आप AI में जाओगे आपको बहुत चीजों के सवाल उत्तर मिल जाएंगे। जिस विषय पर मैं आपको बात कर रहा था कि आप बात कर करेंगे हमारे सभी बच्चों कि एक एडवोकेट को या एक जज को, चाहे हाई कोर्ट का हो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का हो, उसको शाम को 4-5 घंटे पढ़ना पड़ेगा। और ये वकील हो, जज हो, जस्टिस हो, मजिस्ट्रेट हो, कोई भी हो, जब वो पढ़ के नहीं जाएगा तो वकील के सामने उसे बेइज्जती भुगतनी पड़ेगी। और वकील पढ़ के नहीं जाएगा तो जज को भी, जज के सामने वकील को भुगतनी पड़ेगी। यदि आप बेंच से अधिक जानते हैं, बेंच मतलब पीठासीन अधिकारी जो बैठा हुआ है जज, सुन रहा है आपकी बात, यदि आपको उससे अधिक नॉलेज है तो पक्का समझ लो कि वो आपके केस को कुछ नहीं करता। जो आप घर से सोच के चले हो वो ही आपको मिलेगा। तो वकील तो बन रहे हो, मेरा पूरा परिवार वकील है, बाप दादी तो वकील है, बड़ी मेहनत कर रहे हो। 10 लाख और घोड़ी की तरह से दौड़ना पड़ता है, पहले कोर्ट में दौड़ो, लेकिन वकील की उम्र बहुत होती है तो दौड़ता रहता है तो उसकी हेल्थ भी रहती है। मेरी अपनी समझ में मैंने MBBS जाने CPMT पास करके जाना छोड़ दिया, वकील बना, तो मेरे को सेटिस्फैक्शन है वकील बनने से। अब सुप्रीम कोर्ट में अभी बहुत दिन रहना हुआ, मेरे कई बच्चे भतीजे वगैरह एडवोकेट ऑन रिकॉर्ड है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट में कोई भी SLP दाखिल होगी तो एडवोकेट ऑन रिकॉर्ड बनाएगा, उसमें परीक्षा देनी पड़ती है और हर साल उसमें बच्चे पास होते और उनका बड़ा भारी जो है लॉ उसमें बड़ा करेंगे, वो लिखा के कहेंगे अपना सीनियर वकील करते हैं, उनका काम है पूरा करना, पूरा समझना, पूरी ड्राफ्टिंग करना सब। शुरू में हमारे बच्चे गए थे तो वो ड्राफ्टिंग का काम ही करते थे, तो ड्राफ्टिंग के बाद में उन्होंने जो कोर्ट में जाना शुरू कर दिया, फिर करेक्शन में फाइल आती है, ऑटोमेटिक आते हैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट में, तो करेक्ट करना शुरू कर दिया। मेरे कहने का मतलब यह है कि वकील का जो है प्रोफेशन, वकील बनना एक नोबेल प्रोफेशन है, इससे आगे कुछ नहीं है, सबसे बढ़िया प्रोफेशन है। एक ग्राम न्याय पंचायत से लेके, पहले तो ग्राम पंचायत हुआ करती थी, अभी वो कोई बदलाव नहीं हुआ है, बनना बंद हो गया है। अब जो हाई कोर्ट ने तहसील में विलेज कोर्ट कर दिए, अभी तिरावली में हुआ है, अपने आगरा जिले में, अभी जो बहा में हुआ है, फतेहाबाद में हुआ है, खेड़ागढ़ में होने वाला है। तो जो ग्राम पंचायत के द्वारा जो कोर्ट बनती थी, न्याय पंचायत 5 गांवों की, अब उन्होंने तहसील स्तर पर कर दिया। तहसील के बाद में वैसे ब्लॉक स्तर पर भी हो गया है फतेहाबाद में, एक शमशाबाद का कर दिया, एक फतेहाबाद का कर दिया, एक बापू कर दिया, बिल्कुल जमीन तक आ गई है हाई कोर्ट। और उसके बाद में फिर अपने जिला कोर्ट है, जिला कोर्ट जिला न्यायालय अलग है, डिस्ट्रिक्ट सेशन कोर्ट अलग है, एक ही होता है। वही क्रिमिनल वर्क करता है मैजिस्ट्रेट, वही सिविल वर्क करता है। लेकिन वकीलों में वकीलों में जो क्रिमिनल वर्क करते हैं वो क्रिमिनल के स्पेशलिस्ट हैं, जो सिविल का करते हैं वो सिविल के स्पेशलिस्ट हैं, जो टैक्सेशन करते हैं वो टैक्सेशन के हैं, और जो रेवेन्यू करते हैं वो रेवेन्यू के हैं। जो कॉमर्शियल कोर्ट अब बन गई है, तहसील आगरा में कॉमर्शियल कोर्ट बना दिए, हर जिले में एक कॉमर्शियल जिला जैसा होता दिया, एक लैंड एक्विजिशन कोर्ट बना दिए, एक फैमिली कोर्ट बना दिए। कुल मिला के थोड़ा विषयांतर तो हो रहा है, कुल मिला के जो डॉक्टर राजेंद्र प्रसाद जी ने और डॉक्टर भीमराव अम्बेडकर जी ने जो हमें संविधान दिया, जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया दिया, वो तो भारी बदलाव की जरूरत है। अभी आपको मालूम है आईपीसी सीआरपीसी में बदलाव हुआ है, पुराने स्टूडेंट जानते होंगे, लेकिन मैं उससे सहमत नहीं हूँ। उन्होंने कोई बदलाव ही नहीं किया, केवल सेक्शन बदल दिए, मुश्किल से 5% बदलाव हुआ होगा। वही अंग्रेजों के टाइम का कानून कनाडा से ले लिया, अमेरिका से ले लिया, इंग्लैंड से ले लिया, उस क्लब को संहिता बना दी, कानून बना दिया, सबसे लिया, सबसे लेके भारतीय संविधान बना दिया। अब भारतीय संविधान में से लॉ लिख ले, सीपीसी लिख ले, सीआरपीसी लिख ले, आईपीसी लिख ले, तमाम सारे लॉ लिख ले, रेवेन्यू लिख ले, कंसोलिडेशन के लिख ले, लेकिन जो अभी जो हो रहा है संशोधन कुछ नहीं हो रहा है। इससे पहले मैं कोई किसी पार्टी का नहीं हूँ, इससे पहले जो संशोधन हुए, राइट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन हुआ, वो राइट ऑफ फूड हुआ, वुमेन वायलेंस का हुआ, और बहुत सारे हुए। मेरे को मैं गिना सकता हूँ कम से कम पिछले 50 साल में हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया में नए नए एक्ट बने और समान संशोधन हुए। लेकिन आप संशोधन तो कर रहे हो, लेकिन जो आपका फीडबैक ले रहे हो वो कोर्ट नहीं रहे हो। फीडबैक जिससे लॉ के कॉलेज है, जो लॉ से जुड़े हुए लोग हैं, अभी वक्फ आयोग बना है, इससे पहले आईपीसी सीआरपीसी बनी है, ठीक है संशोधन जरूरी है, मैं तो कोई कह रहा हूँ, लेकिन उसमें फीडबैक नहीं है। और दूसरा जो फीडबैक नहीं आएगा, पिछले 25-30 साल में कम से कम 30 एक्ट हुए, बहुत अच्छे स्पेशल एक्ट, पहले भी बने स्पेशल एक्ट, अच्छी क्या एक्ट लगे। और शादी करने से जाओगे और खेत में जो तो खेत में मैं डालो वहीं से एक्ट शुरू हो जाता है। रेवेन्यू है, कंसोलिडेशन है, राजस्व संहिता भी अखिलेश जी ने बना दी 2006 उन्होंने पुराने मनमोहन सिंह जी ने वुमेन वायलेंस एक्ट बना दिया, बहुत बढ़िया एक्ट है। राइट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन तो इतना बढ़िया एक्ट है कि आप कहीं भी चले जाओ, पीछे पड़ जाओगे तो हर कॉलेज यूनिवर्सिटी डीएम एडीएम जो भी है, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, सबको आपके प्रश्न का उत्तर देना पड़ेगा। राइट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं देगा तो फिर लोगों जुर्माना होगा। और स्टेट सूचना आयोग को पहुंच गया तो सर्विस रुक जाएगी और सब कुछ हो जाएगा, लाखों रुपए का उसको जुर्माना हो जाएगा। तो राइट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन बहुत अच्छा एक्ट था, राइट ऑफ फूड भी बहुत अच्छा एक्ट था, वुमेन वायलेंस भी बहुत अच्छा एक्ट था, और लोग कहते हैं कंसोलिडेशन एक्ट भी अच्छा है, राजस्व संहिता भी अच्छी बनी हुई है। लेकिन जो आईपीसी सीआरपीसी में जो संशोधन हुए, अमेंडमेंट हुए, मैं उनसे स्टाफ नहीं करती, मैं उनको सपोर्ट नहीं करता, बहुत कमी है उसमें। कमी तो सभी एक्टर आ रही है, जो लॉ कमीशन बना देते कि बना के लिया उनको मालूम नहीं, तो वैसी नॉलेज तो नहीं है उनको नीचे पब्लिक को कौन से लॉ में क्या क्या प्रावधान चाहिए वो नॉलेज ही नहीं है। इसलिए अब मैं ज्यादा भटकना नहीं चाहता हूँ उस चीज पर, लेकिन जो आपको ये विषय रखा है ये बहुत ही अच्छा है। आजकल तो आपको टेलीफोन मोबाइल ऐसे आ रहे हैं, उस पर जो है सीधे चले जाओगे आप, और मोबाइल में जाके जो भी आपको इंफॉर्मेशन ग्राफ से जो भी चीज लेनी है, जो भी विषय लेना है, लेकिन सभी गुरुओं से जांच कराने जो आपको नॉलेज मिल रही है, तो उसमें सब गलत गलत भी फीट होता है, इसलिए आप उसको जांच करके आगे बढ़े। मैं बहुत ज्यादा सपोर्ट नहीं करता, लेकिन मैं देख रहा हूँ सुप्रीम कोर्ट, हाई कोर्ट सब में लागू हो गया है, जिला लेवल पर भी लागू है, इसलिए इसका जो रखा है तरीका उसको मैं सपोर्ट करता हूँ। अभी क्योंकि मेरा बेटा भी आने वाला था, वो इसी विषय में बहुत ज्यादा काम करता है, लेकिन अभी दीजिए क्या उसके जो पिटिशन थे नहीं आया। सभी बच्चों को हार्दिक बधाई, आप इसी तरीके से फंक्शन करते ना। अभी तो मैं मुकदमे छोड़ के लेडी मैडम की वजह से अचानक आ गया हूँ, एक सभी आपके लिए बहुत अच्छा लेके आऊँगा सुनाने के लिए। जय हिंद, जय भारत, सबको बधाई, सबको धन्यवाद, सबके खाने के लिए हर चीज़ की धन्यवाद।
सर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद इतने अच्छे सुंदर प्रस्तुति के लिए। और क्योंकि समय का अभाव है तो हम बस एक आखिरी सवाल से, बिकॉज आई सेड दैट आई मेक दिस कॉन्वर्सेशन स्लाइटली डायस्पोरिक, सो आई बी कम्युनिकेटिंग बोथ द लैंग्वेजेस। सर आपने इतनी सुंदर प्रस्तुति दी कि क्या भारतीय न्यायपालिका अभी है आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के साथ।
अब वापस नहीं आएगा तो
जा रहा है तो जा वापस नहीं आएगा। आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस यकीनन एक बहुत बड़ी सुविधा है जिससे हर चीज़ सुलभ तरीके से हमें न्याय या कोई भी एक्ट एफिडेविट सब कुछ इजीली अवेलेबल है, पर नैतिकता से अगर हम उसे कटघरे में रखें तो कितना सही इंसाफ किसी व्यक्ति को मिल पाता है, बस उसे संक्षिप्त उसमें बता दीजिए, थोड़ा सा हम जानना चाहेंगे।
मैं आपको प्रैक्टिकल बात बताऊं या एज एडवोकेट बताऊं। प्रैक्टिकल तो ये है कि आप कुछ भी करके ले जाओ, आगरा की न्यायपालिका क्या पूरे हिंदुस्तान की न्यायपालिका में इतना बड़ा भ्रष्टाचार है, उसी चीज को एक तरफ से प्रेयर कर देते, ये एक प्लीडिंग दूसरी तरफ से हो जाती है। वास्तविकता ये है कि आप ढंग से केस रख दोगे और आपको आप नहीं जानते हो तो आपके पास AI में इतना है कि आपको 100 रूलिंग दे देगा, लेकिन जब आप अच्छी रूलिंग्स दे दोगे तो जज के हाथ बन जाएंगे और वो आपके बाहर ऑर्डर नहीं कर सकता है, जनता को भी लाभ, वकील को भी लाभ, और फिर उसकी हिम्मत नहीं है, नहीं सस्पेंड हो जाएगा, टर्मिनेट होगा, नीचे चले जाएगा।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। With this particular session, I think we have had a great insight with such an enlightening panelist. Now I would like to call over to our Dean Sir, Dr. Swaminathan Sir. Sir, please come on stage and say a few words.
Really, it was a very insightful session. As we all know that मैंने जैसे पहले ही बताया था जब शुरू होने के समय हमारा जो ये एप्लीकेशन है, मतलब which is definitely with respect to the judiciary responsibility, with respect to the documentation और decision making, जो हमारा आज का जो बहुत easy हो गया, और really हमारे जो experts हैं they have given very much insight with respect to the real time tracking, they have more information on it, and really on behalf of the Cybersecurity Agra, we would like to thank the 3 members who have come over here, accept our invitation and participate in this panel discussion. Really, our wholehearted thanks for being here for this panel discussion. Thank you very much from our side. So now I request the team members. Now I request the team over here please come for the bouquet. Please come over here. And for the participants, we have a speaker. We will have we have tied up with a company called Global the speaker has arrived, Anubhav Patrick. Very soon, you all be ready to hear a technical session on media products. We are using DBX session, and there will be a session on it. The speakers have arrived. In another 2-3 minutes, we'll be starting those sessions. So now we'll be ending this panel discussion. Yes, Vivian, please, you can come over.
तेरा हुआ Okay, students, you are eagerly waiting for a technical session by our NVIDIA partner, Global Info Ventures.
Ladies and gentlemen, the auspicious movement for which we all have been eagerly waiting for has finally arrived. The artificial intelligence Cybersecurity Conclave is finally happening. And to begin with, the keynote session, I, Prasiddhi J. Joshi, BTech first year, is proud and happy to introduce to our first keynote speaker, Mr. Anubhav Patrick. Mr. Anubhav is the Artificial Intelligence Lead at the Global Info Ventures, a strategic partner of NVIDIA. Mr. Anubhav is at the forefront of empowering organizations with artificial intelligence, having been instrumental in establishing over a dozen artificial intelligence centers of excellence in India. His work involves deploying and operationalizing powerful NVIDIA DGX clusters, forming the backbone of these initiatives. Beyond infrastructure, Anubhav actively leads artificial intelligence projects development, translating advanced technological capabilities into practical, high-impact solutions. As an alumnus of Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, he brings a vital strategic perspective, ensuring these cutting-edge artificial intelligence investments deliver tangible business value. It is our honor and privilege to have him amongst us. Today, he will make us take a deep dive into NVIDIA's artificial intelligence infrastructure. So kindly come on the dais and enlighten the gathering with your sincere words.
afternoon, everyone. Am I audible? Okay, so I am Anubhav. I am AI lead at GI Vector. We are a strategic partner. So we are a strategic partner of NVIDIA. I particularly lead a team that deploys AI clusters across the country. So my work is deploying and managing AI clusters. My team is also involved in AI project development, and we are also involved in creating AI center of excellence. So there are multiple things that I look after. We have a big team. In fact, the AI supercomputer that was deployed at Saada University, that is in Greater Noida, was also done by me and my team. So let me start. So the vision of artificial intelligence for our company is based on what NVIDIA envisages. So the reason of AI is to make every one of us do things that earlier we were not able to do. So many of us are not from CSE background, IT background. Few years ago, you were not able to actually do something hardcore programming. But now, each and every one of us can do something that we earlier just dreamt about. So this is what our vision is, to empower every one of us to create things that was not possible earlier. Alright, so this is me and my team deploying an AI cluster recently in Bangalore. So we have deployed more than 12 to 15 clusters. Already told you what I do. So deploying AI cluster, AI project development, and creating AI center of excellence is my role in my company. Okay, so my first question, because we have little bit shortage of time, so I'll be quickly giving you my entire speech. First question. Earlier AI was used to be very simple. There were very simple algorithms. It used to do very simple things, giving you predictions, recommending you something, classifying something, scam or not. All of a sudden, in last 4 or 5 years, something happened that now we are doing things that is something sort of a magical. You know about Sora model that's by OpenAI or the VO model by Google. You just prompt it and it generates a video for you. Earlier, for example, if you want something, let's say some animated video, it used to take lakhs and lakhs of rupees, sometimes crores of rupees. Now, you just prompt it and mostly free of cost, you can create things that people are only dreamt of years ago. So the question is this, what happened in past 1-2 years that we are able to do this? It's a big mystery. So I hope by the end of my session, you are able to understand the technologies that power these things. Alright. So if we talk about AI, there were 3 major events in last 10 years that actually created what AI we are seeing today. So the first thing in 2012, there was something called AlexNet. A model came, AI model came called AlexNet that popularized a word, something called deep learning. And it started computer vision revolution. Before 2012, object detection, object segmentation, image segmentation, people tracking, anything was very difficult. But 2012 changed this thing. So deep learning came into picture. Then in 2017, NLP revolution started. Whatever you are seeing today, any chatbot you are seeing today, every chatbot, not any, every chatbot you are seeing today, traces its roots back to 2017. Something called transformer model was released by Google in 2017. Then in 2022, generative AI revolution started with the coming of ChatGPT. Whatever people are running after generative AI today, that started in 2022. Before that, generative AI was there, but it popularized it. And after that, in 2024 near about, agentic AI came. You know about agentic AI? Yes or no? AI agent, something that is like very popular if you want to do anything new in AI, if you want to get recruitment in AI, you should be able to work on AI agents. So that is the current state of the art thing. Alright. So we'll discuss like how our talks are connected with these three models. So today when we talk about generative models. We have Sora, Runaway AI, VO, all these things. Then we talk about LLMs, Llama, Phi, Gima. Alright, all these models, they are all LLMs. Then we talk about multimodal models. Any one of you started that thing, that recent trend, Ghibli image? Yes or no? You gave it as image, and it generated, you gave it some text and it generated some other image. So that is called a multimodal model, generative AI. So again, that is something that is very popular today, and that's definitely agentic AI. Okay, so my question is this: whatever recent AI developments you are seeing, these developments are done by big companies, for example, Google, Microsoft, Meta, Stability, OpenAI. Is there any thread that is connecting them? Any thread that you can think of? These are separate companies, totally separate, doing their own work. They have their own like business. They have their own target specific audience. Anything that is combining them, connecting them, anything that you can think of. AI is definitely, but what is AI? So one thing that is connecting them all is NVIDIA. Have you ever heard about NVIDIA? If you are anyway related with AI, then you should and you must know about NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a company that is ultimately connecting all of the different other companies working in AI. Why? NVIDIA is the sole provider of the hardware that powers modern AI. It doesn't really matter whether you're working with ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Stability.ai, different models, Perplexity, doesn't really matter. Everything is powered by NVIDIA's hardware. Are you getting my point? Okay, so moving on. As a student and as a faculty, you people think about data, you think about algorithms and models. One thing that you do not consider, that is another pillar and that is the backbone of AI, is the infrastructure part. As a student, we never think about it. Let's say we have a collab notebook, उसी से हो जाएगा. Yeah, some less powerful GPU in our laptop, उसी से हो जाएगा. But we never think about infrastructure. Do you think ChatGPT creation was possible if infrastructure was not there? Yes or no? How many of you know that all these techniques that we see today, the ChatGPTs and the various kind of models, multimodal models, all of those things traces their root back to few years ago. ऐसा नहीं कि बिल्कुल अभी बने, but still their popularization is happening today. The reason is this: because of the infrastructure part. Now people have the infrastructure to actually make those things work. Okay, so moving on, let's talk about GPU. So GPU is the heart of everything that is related with AI. What is the GPU? GPU stands for Graphics Processing Unit. So its name is graphics, but we are using it for AI. What is the reason? Why GPU, Graphics Processing Unit, is being used in AI? Can anyone tell? Yes. Good. So, first of all, what is the difference between CPU and GPU? CPU has very powerful but limited cores, 16 cores, 32 cores. GPU has very less powerful, thousands of cores. Alright, modern GPU has 17 to 18,000 cores. Just imagine, your CPU has 16 cores. GPU has 17,000 cores, one GPU, one data center GPU, 17,000 cores होती है. My question is this: so what? So what? If GPU has many cores, so what? So the answer to this is, first of all, why GPU was used in gaming, in graphics? Because in graphics and gaming we need to modify so many pixels per frame, and since we have so many cores, so that work can be offloaded parallelly to those cores, and ultimately something, if sequentially done, would have taken, let's say, few nanoseconds, it will take let's say 1 nanosecond only. So question is this, that is okay for graphics. Why is it important for AI? So any one of you have studied about simplest algorithm, let's say linear regression. बहुत simple algorithm होता है line fit करने का. Any one of you have studied it? Y is equal to wx plus b, जिसमें we need to find w and b. Yes or no? Okay, so it's a very simple algorithm. So there is an equation called y is equal to wx plus b. So that equation doesn't really matter which algorithm we talk about. From the state of the art video generation algorithm to very simple linear regression algorithm, that operation is common. And it's a very simple operation. And that happens billions of times in modern AI. For each iteration, this operation happens billions of times depending on the number of parameters. If you have heard about the latest generative AI model, 405 billion parameter model, or let's say 1 trillion parameter model, so that thing is happening per second, not per second, per iteration. Alright. So my question is this: this is the operation. Is it a difficult operation or a complex operation? It's a very simple operation. Yes or no? Which operation? This thing. And this needs to be performed billions of times per iteration. Can this be mapped to very less powerful but thousands of codes? Yes, because it's a very simple operation. It can be mapped and it can be done parallelly because those parameters need to be taken parallelly. So that is the reason why GPUs are very well suited for something called AI and ML. All algorithms have these kind of operations and they need to be done billions of times. And GPU has thousands and thousands of cores. And definitely we don't use one GPU, we create clusters. I build clusters for my clients. Okay. So when we combine those GPU in a very big cluster, then you have lakhs and lakhs of cores. And that is why we are able to do whatever we are seeing today. Okay. So moving on. Again, that history. AI revolution started with AlexNet computer vision, then came something called transformer, and then came the generative AI. All these three revolutions are powered by NVIDIA GPUs. The first thing that you know that started deep learning was powered by something called NVIDIA GTX 580. Their model was trained on NVIDIA GTX 580 GPU. Then transformer, all the NLP, natural language chatbot that you are seeing today, that was powered by NVIDIA P100 GPU. 8 NVIDIA P100 GPUs were used to train them, to train that model. Google's model, that is called attention is all you need. That brought transformer. And ChatGPT and stable diffusion, all these things that started generative AI, that was trained on A100 model of NVIDIA GPU. So if we remove this thing, the hardware, can software alone would have done it? Yes or no? GPU हटा दो, कर सकते हैं क्या? नहीं कर सकते, because we required computational power. That is the reality. That was the missing piece that was hidden from you people. All right. So if we talk about GPU, we need to know two things. CUDA. CUDA is like the language that a GPU understands, something like assembly language for GPU. And then CUDA toolkit, it is a SDK that is used to actually write CUDA programs. That comes with a compiler, debugger, profiler, all these things. So for GPU, you need to know these two things if you want to start with GPU programming. Moving on, let's talk about let's talk about the complexity of a modern day GPU. We are talking about only one GPU right now. Alright? No, not a cluster, not a stack of GPUs, only one GPU. Let's talk about H200 GPU. Okay. So H200 GPU has, just look here, 16,896, near about 17,000 plus 528. So near about 17,000 cores, CUDA cores. CUDA is the programming language of GPU. 17,000 cores हैं आपके पास parallel processing करवा देंगे single GPU में. It has 141 GB of memory per GPU. Just imagine 141 GPU memory, 141 GB of GPU memory. Alright, and definitely there are few other things that we'll learn. So this is what the architecture of single execution unit of a GPU looks like. These are all cores. Whatever you are seeing today, seeing here, These are all cores. So there are multiple integer cores, multiple floating point cores of 64-bit and 32-bit, and there are something called tensor cores that are specially created to multiply tensors. Tensors are multidimensional matrices. Alright. So this is a single execution unit. We have something called warp scheduler that schedules threads over these cores. They work on SIMD architecture. SIMD is single instruction, multiple data. Alright, so this is what a single execution of a modern execution unit of a modern GPU looks like. But there is not only a single execution, but because there are total 17,000 cores. So if you move forward, these execution units are combined into something called streaming multiprocessor, SM. So we have execution units, 4 execution units are combined into something called streaming multiprocessor. Alright, that have few other units, for example, more caches, more hardware units like accelerators and other things. And finally, this is what a single GPU die looks like. It has near about 132 streaming multiprocessor, near about 17,000 cores, and those things are combined into something called 8 GPCs, graphics processing clusters. Okay, so this is what a single GPU looks like. H100 GPU and H200 GPU both have the same architecture. Are you getting my point? This is what the internals of a GPU looks like. Moving ahead, so I hope I have made it clear what is the importance of NVIDIA and what is the importance of GPU for AI. Without GPU, there is no AI. Please keep that in mind. आपको AI में कुछ भी करना, आप AI से किसी भी तरीके से you are touched with AI, then it is because of the GPUs, because of the hardware. Okay. So what is NVIDIA? We all know NVIDIA is a GPU manufacturer. ये तो सभी को पता है. Most probably, I believe every one of us know that it is a GPU manufacturer. But let me rephrase it. NVIDIA is not only a GPU manufacturer, it is world's only full stack AI company. It is only, there is only one company in the world that is full stack AI, and that company is NVIDIA. What is full stack? What do you mean by full stack? Any one of you aspiring to become a full stack developer? Front end and back end. So, in reference to artificial intelligence, full stack means starting from the hardware going up till the very top of the line, that is the frameworks and models. So it is the only full stack company. Definitely it manufactures your GPUs, then it manufactures your AI servers. So what are AI servers? Servers containing multiple GPUs, mostly 8 GPUs that are combined together, and we have AI servers. Then we have software. NVIDIA not only gives you hardware, it provides you everything. The CUDA toolkit, various frameworks, various SDKs, everything to write AI applications. What AI applications you people create that are mostly not relevant in the industry. आप जो भी बना है, that are good for a toy project. But in industry, we require scale. Scalability factor आ जाता है. That you people don't think about. We require robustness. All these things are not possible if we write applications from scratch. For that, we require specialized frameworks, specialized SDKs, and those SDKs and frameworks are provided by NVIDIA. Then we have edge devices. Let's suppose you have trained a model, you want to deploy it. So for that, we have GPU-enabled edge devices. Then we require networking. Why networking is required? Because single GPU do you think that billions of users are using ChatGPT? Do you think one single GPU will be able to do it? No. Definitely there will be lakhs of GPU that will be working behind the scenes. So how they are connecting using networking, extremely high speed networking, InfiniBand networking. Normally we use Ethernet networking. बोलते हैं ना Ethernet का तार निकाल दिए. In data centers and AI clusters we use InfiniBand networking. Alright. Then we have the AI clusters. Single AI system will not be able to do it, so we have multiple AI servers and then they form a cluster. Then we have supercomputers. Which is the most powerful supercomputer of India? Param Siddhi. That was last released data by government, and that supercomputer of India, most powerful supercomputer of India, is powered by NVIDIA only. NVIDIA A100 and H100 GPU. Alright, okay. Now, moving on. So, initially what used to happen was this, that for different purpose we used to have different kind of servers. For training models, we used to have training servers. For deployment models, we used to have deployment servers. For analytics, we used to have analytics servers. For storage, we used to have NFS. So for different purpose, we have different servers in a data center. Now what happens is this, there are, you can say there are multiple role servers, that is a server that can perform multiple roles in itself, and they are called DGX servers. Alright. So what happens in today's data center, there is a single server that is called DGX server, NVIDIA DGX server, that can do everything. It can perform analytics, it can perform model training, it can perform model analytics, everything. So the picture initially that I have showed you, I myself deploying the DGX server. So that is a DGX server, or DGX server can do anything and everything regarding AI. Alright. Before moving on, a simple question. What is the speed of a modern typical high-end CPU? Let's say i9. Normally we use till i7. Let's say I say that Intel i9. What is the speed of i9? In flops, floating point operations per second. Anyone? What is the speed of a highest end consumer grade CPU, let's say i9 processor? So normally i9 processor has a speed of 1.3 teraflops. Teraflops means 10 to the power 12 floating point operations per second. So 1.3 into 10 to the power 12 floating point operations. Please keep that in mind. Just 1.3 teraflops. Moving on, NVIDIA DGX servers that powers the modern day data centers and modern day AI. Let's talk about them. The very first server was released in 2015, and that server had speed of 28 teraflops. The highest end today's CPU has only 1.3 teraflops. 2015 में रिलीज हुआ हुआ हार्डवेयर की कितनी स्पीड थी? 28 teraflops. Just imagine 28, near about 27 to 25 times more than today's highest end CPU. Moving on. So then so what is DGX? DGX is a range of servers that NVIDIA provides that are used for AI development. So in 2016, the first DGX was released and its speed was 1 petaflop. 1 into 10 to the power 15 petaflop. 1000 times faster than highest speed chip that we have today. The highest end CPU that we have today. Alright. Then in 2017, DGX Station was released, 500 teraflops. DGX2, then DGX A100, then H100, H200, and then B200. So this server, just think about it. A single server has 32 petaflops of speed, and one single CPU has just 1.3 teraflops. So there will be, let's say, 200 to 300 times, because not 2000 to 3000 times more speed than the highest end CPU possible. That is the power of GPUs, and that is the power of modern day servers that are powering AI. Okay. So this is the spec sheet of DGX H200. Few things to note. आपके लैपटॉप में कितनी RAM होती है? 8, 16, 64, 512 भी हो गई. But how much a modern day server has, AI server has, NVIDIA server has? It has 2 terabytes of RAM. A single server has 2 terabytes of RAM. It has 8 GPUs. It has near about 1128 GB GPU memory. Normally, our consumer grade GPU has 6 GB memory. Laptop, if you have laptop for gaming, it has 6 GB, 12 GB of memory, 16 GB of memory maximum. It has 1148 GB of memory, a single DGX server. Alright, so these are the specifications that we have. And this is what the, you can say, open view of that server looks like. Okay, and this is the topology of such kind of servers. Okay, now a single GPU is good, but now we can go in two directions. One direction is this, combining multiple GPUs, and that creates a single AI server. Then combining multiple AI servers gives you a single AI cluster. That is one direction. And the opposite direction is this, you can even break modern day GPUs into smaller instances so that less powerful workloads can be run, and that are called mixed multi-instance GPUs. Okay, so that is one feature of modern day GPUs. Okay, so you use Windows, maybe Ubuntu, maybe Fedora, maybe Red Hat Linux, but what is the operating system of data center? If you what is powering everything behind the scenes? So the operating system of data center is called something called base command. Have you heard about it? Again, my question is this: what is the operating system behind the scenes that runs behind your scenes that powers a data center? And the data center is actually that powers AI. So what is the operating system used? That operating system is called base command. So if any one of you actually are trying to really do something in AI, you should know all these things. With your simple PyTorch TensorFlow projects, they are not required anymore. Alright, so this is what the software stack of modern day data centers look like. So we have something called DGX OS, एक simple single system पे run करता है. Then we have few acceleration libraries. Then we have cluster management tool. On top of that, we have something called Kubernetes. Have you heard about Kubernetes? Docker. बहुत important चीजें होती हैं. Slurm. So that is built on top of that, and finally we have something called base command. That is the operating system of a data center. एक application. It's an application that manages the entire data center. Alright. So NVIDIA base command, I have told you, it's the operating system of data center. Behind the scene आप ChatGPT चला रहे हो, मैं क्या चलाता हूँ उसके लिए? I run base command that manages my cluster. Okay. Okay. Next, my question: can modern AI be done on a single GPU or even a single server? एक single server पे हम लोग कर सकते हैं AI. Can we run Llama 405 billion parameter on a single server? No, it doesn't really matter how much powerful a server is. It is not possible. So for that, what we have? For that we have specialized networking, and that networking is what interconnects all those different servers, and that networking is called InfiniBand networking. Alright, moving on. Alright, so let's say now we have understood the hardware part. What was the hardware part? There is GPUs. They get combined into servers, and those servers are managed using base command. I hope this is clear. Now let's suppose you want to create a cluster of those servers. For that we have something called base pod. Base pod is what? Base pod is a reference architecture to create AI servers. Okay, a simple reference architecture used to create 20, 30, 40 AI servers. When we want to combine 20, 30, 40 AI servers, then we have something called base pod. So base pod consists of multiple DGXs, networking, software, storage, and when we combine them all, we get a base pod. Alright. Then this is what the overall architecture of base pod looks like. So we have networking, DGX system, we have storage system. Base command is the operating system of the data center. Then we have MLOps. Have you heard about MLOps, Kubeflow, MLflow? Yes or no? So we have few platforms that used to manage the entire life cycle of AI. We have Run AI, we have Kubeflow, we have MLflow. These are what? These are the platforms through which you can do everything and anything related with AI, starting from model creation, model training till the final deployment. So these are called MLOps tools. Okay, so they are present on top of that. Then we have something called AI Enterprise that provides the SDKs, the trained models by NVIDIA, and on top of that your real projects run. Okay, so this is what actually a modern data center based on base pod looks like. We have multiple DGX servers then we have multiple networking switches, then we have head nodes, we have master nodes, all these things. These are all what creates a modern day data center. Okay, let's suppose you are not satisfied with base pod. You want to create, you have heard about, like recently Elon Musk like launched the world's powerful supercomputer. Right? Anyone of you heard about it? Yes or no? There was a supercomputer recently launched by Elon Musk for his company X. Alright, so that supercomputer, in fact, the most powerful supercomputers of the world are powered by superpod. Superpod is nothing but the highest end like configuration of these VGA server possible. That can scale up to thousands of nodes. Alright, so that is called superpod. जब आपको बिल्कुल हजार नोड का कोई क्लस्टर बनाना, that is called superpod. Okay, so this is something like what looks like highest end possible AI inference and AI for processing workload. Moving on, final step. So we have heard about the hardware part. We have studied about combining like multiple servers into a single, multiple GPUs into a single server called DGX. Then we have studied about how those DGX can be clustered together. Now the software part. Let's suppose you have all these hardware in the world. What will you do with it? You need to create some application. Yes or no? Let's suppose I give you hardware. What will you do with it? You will write some sort of application. How will you write that application? Either you can use something called PyTorch and TensorFlow and start from very scratch. Anything else that you can do? So we have something called NVIDIA NGC. And what is NGC? NGC is nothing but the collection of various AI tools that can run on modern day NVIDIA GPUs. So everything that can run on modern day AI GPU, that is present on NGC. So it has SDKs, it has toolkits, it has models. There are multiple things that are present on NGC. Let's suppose you want to run data science. Many of you want to become data scientists. You want to do data processing. You want to actually like give data insights. So for that we have normally pandas, numpy, sklearn, matplotlib. Have you heard about these libraries? Yes. So all these things are non-GPU accelerated. None of them actually work on GPU. If you actually want to utilize GPU for data science, you have a framework by NVIDIA called Rapid. Anything related with data science, if you want to actually run on NVIDIA platform, you have NVIDIA Rapid. Then let's suppose you have lots and lots of data, you want to train your model. And data becomes bottleneck because data is very, very huge. Then we have something called NVIDIA DALI data loading library, and that is used to load the data. Let's suppose you want to create something related with recommender system. So for recommender system, you can have something called NVIDIA Merlin. Okay. अब कुछ भी modern day AI से related, you want to create anything, any recommended system, you use Merlin. Then we have DeepStream, anything related with computer vision you want to create, which framework you should use, NVIDIA DeepStream. Then Riva, my team is working on a voice assistant, and you are here actively using something called Riva. That is a assistant or a SDK to create voice-based assistants. Then we have Nemo LLM, so सबको ही पता है. Let's suppose you want to create your own LLM, you want to fine tune your own LLM. What will you do? You will use something called NVIDIA Nemo. And let's suppose you already have a model, you want to just fine tune it, we have something called Tau. Then let's suppose you have a model, you want to deploy it, so for before deployment you require to optimize it, and for that we have something called TensorRT. And finally, let's suppose everything you have done now, you want to deploy it. So for deployment at a scale, we require something called NVIDIA Triton Server. So this is a complete software stack that is actually used in the industry for actually creating AI applications. We have NVIDIA edge devices, small devices, handheld devices that have AI GPU, and that is it. That was from my side. Alright, so that's all from my side. Any one of you have any questions? Alright, so thank you. I would like to conclude.
Thank you so much, sir. Our deep dive into the NVIDIA's artificial intelligence infrastructure was a pearl of wisdom. On behalf of Shada University, Agra, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to our esteemed guest, Mr. Anubhav Patrick, for joining us today. Your presence and insight have made this event truly special. I would request Professor Swaminathan sir to give a memento to Abhinav sir.
Actually, I would like to say a few lines. Where we have a collaboration with GA India. They have supported a lot. Even with respect to this sponsorship of this event, when I talked with Sharat ji, really a very generous person, a very good human being, and very good technology support for this particular event. And specifically where I would like to thank Mr. Anubhav Patrick ji for this wonderful technical session on DGX H100 facilities. Really, it was a very insightful session. Thank you, sir. Thank you to you and your team member. And also my special thanks to Sharat ji, Mohan ji, entire GA India team. Thank you for this particular session.
अभी 30 में वो उसके बाद जाओ उसका 30 मिनट बाद और प्रोग्राम उसके बाद जाओ फोन टेढ़ा हो रहा है भाई स्टैंड टेढ़ा है
I would request all the dignitaries and the students
another 2 minutes where we will be having a tea snack session. And after tea snack session where we will be having another technical talk by